the campaign is for these characters you created 30 years ago.
Some of them, they're not all that old, but some of them have ideas, and that goes that far back. The whole
because it's the Liberator, which is the one that this in the campaign, which is the Aquarius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that seems like a more modern concept with the whole internet thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you have that character conceived back in the day?
Well, if you read Megahertz, you'll see a prototype for the Liberator in Megahertz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the Liberator character is kind of inspired by one of my favorite sci-fi writers. His name is William Gibson.
Oh, and yeah. Okay.
Gibson was writing about hackers and stuff in the middle 80s. And
really?
His stuff was fairly prescient. And he's got concepts in the one book in particular called Neuromancer.
Love that book.
Yeah, it's great. It's friggin' great. And not just concepts, but his style of writing and stuff. It's just, for me, it's just fantastic. He's got it all going on. He's like the Elvis Presley of cyberpunk.
I was gonna say, like, Neuromancer's like the cyberpunk Bible. Like,
yeah.
You can't talk about cyberpunk without bringing up Neuromancer.
Yeah, but I've read other cyberpunk stuff which didn't kind of grab me the way he's a high concept guy, and so I was like, oh, I gotta steal some of this stuff. Frankly, that's what I said. Some of this stuff is way too good for just one book. And so he just unloaded this whole, I could do 100 issues of my character, the Liberator. So he started around the middle 90s. Yeah. So,
Cool.
But the concept of the Zodiac, you can go back to, when I was like 10 years old in my sketchbooks, and I'm drawing Zodiac characters,
He reminds me a little bit. He's got a little bit of the Captain Marvel thing going on, where it's a kid kind of in like a superhero body.
Well, he's really my Spider-Man with Captain America mashed in. And they're my two favorite characters growing up.
I think I really like the design of this character too, the suit and everything.
Yeah.
Is that what inspired that?
Oh, geez, good question.
I
don't remember the specific, the specific
shot of him right
impetus.
There. Like, I love the star on the forehead and like the thing that goes back. It's just like cool design, two colors. I really like it a lot. Very simple and.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, he's a blast, and. So he wears this metallic skin. I call it a second skin. It's like liquid metal, like Terminator 2, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he kind of wears it, and it allows him to access the web psychically. He doesn't need a computer or keyboards or anything like that. So
I really like it though too. I like how he uses data as like a weapon, and like even like in this image, it's like almost like a brass knuckle.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. It's kind of like, computer code on a screen. There's not many movies that are very effective either. Talking about hacking, it's hard to show visually.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of retooling that. Lines of code shown visually can look like brass knuckles. A database doesn't have to be just a giant bunch of lines of code. It can be a giant orb.
Right. It has a little bit of that Green Lantern kind of quality to it.
Yeah, there's some of that.
Where you can sum up like images or weapons. It's very comic booky, which I really like.
That's what I'm talking about.
Total compliment to you.
I can't think of a better compliment, actually.
So if I remember correctly, one of the volumes of New Zodiacs I read involved a character by the name of Cricket. Which I really enjoyed, and that felt, if I remember correctly, that felt more of like a supernatural angle, right?
Yeah.
Which that's so cool that you have like different ends of the spectrum and genres coming together under one title.
It is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
It's fucking great.
It's a mix of sci-fi and like horror.
Do you call this like the Zodiac universe or the Zodiac verse?
Exactly. That's what it is. It's my Marvel universe. if I had an unlimited budget, there'd be 13 monthly titles, one for each sign of the zodiac, and probably one team book. You know, I can see a few of the members of the zodiac kind of coming together for some reason.
It's a great idea. Like, so, I like that concept a lot. And I don't, you know, I've seen isn't there villains in Marvel called Zodiacs? You've seen other characters, but I don't think they've quite tapped into the potential of it like you have, you know, with this.
The Zodiac that I remember from the comics, they're basically just a gang.
They're like
a crime gang,
Spider-Man villain or something, right?
I loved the Marvel Zodiac. This has nothing to do with that.
Right.
They were just using the signs as a motif to wear a costume dressed like this character. They didn't necessarily, they didn't at all do what I'm doing. You know,
Did you like research all the Zodiac signs and figure out how you could turn that into like a character? Like,
it's a work in progress, but short answer, yes. Nice. I love the history of the symbols. You know, if you go back, 3,000 to 4,000 years, people would go outside their huts and they would see a ram, they would see a bull, they would see an archer or a hunter or something like that, right? Or they'd tell stories about centaurs. And when I go outside my apartment now, I don't see a bull anymore. I don't see a ram. You know, these people back in the day were looking up into the sky. They were seeing prominent stars. They were creating images. They're basically reflecting their own experiences into space, right? So it's like, that pattern looks like a ram while the guy's standing next to a ram. So doesn't it make sense? I have personal experience with an animal, with a ram. So when I look up here, I'm going to see from my experience. So I'm higher concept. The new Zodiacs also reinvents the signs for a modern era. So there's no ram anymore. There's no water bearer anymore. The water bearer is Aquarius. You know, back then water was life, right? Now
so
what you know,
like liquid metal kind of thing, right? Is
I hadn't even thought of that, but that's cool. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, go for it. And like being like the internet being like an ocean, like is that what your kind of vision? Like
no, not at all. I love this though. Keep going.
Keep going. He's taking notes, Keith.
Yeah, let me get a pen. The ocean of the web.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Awesome. Yeah, feel free to use all of that.
Okay. Keep going. What else you got?
I don't know. What did I say?
Sell me my own book.
Yeah, right.
Sell me my book, Keith.
Well, I'm just figuring how did you like make the jump from the Aquarius to like the Liberator? Like,
for me, it was information. It's like what you know nowadays can mean life or death. So my guy, the Liberator, he channels the Aquarius energy, and he uses that to be, the world's best, most prominent, and most wanted hacker. So he's a data thief. He's like the Robin Hood of cyberspace.
Yeah, I like that
who
a lot.
Steals from the info rich and gives to the info poor. So there's a little hacktivism there. There's a little bit.
Yeah, but I like it. Like I don't think anyone's used hacktivism quite effectively as you have with this book. Like I've read the first miniseries of Zodiacs. I really liked it a lot. Whatever the graphic novel was it 4 issues? I can't remember.
The first 4 issues.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I gotta crack it again and read it. It's been a while, so it's like fuzzy in my head now, but I definitely want to read it again at some point because I did enjoy it, and I think your art's really good in it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Definitely.